What's up, y'all? It's Wednesday the 9th of July. Just wanted to give a quick update of the garden. We had a big rainstorm last night, so it washed away most of my kale and clay, so you can see the plants, how they truly look. And you can also see some of the progress on the things and see how things are going, all that jazz. Getting a little pest pressure on some of my plants. There's like some Japanese beetle damage on some of them, stuff like that. So we'll rip through things really quickly. So starting with the slicer tomatoes, I've noticed some of the leaf curl has extended a little bit towards the Cherokee purple. I'm getting some leaf curl on these, but they're setting fruit now. So that's good. That's a weird mega bloom. That's going to be a big boy. But if you look at the new growth, it's not as bad. So that just leads me to believe there was some heat stress or water stress or something at some point. So they should be okay. Most of the plants have a little bit of it. Some of them have a lot more. But yeah, the Abraham Lincoln is popping out some fruit set. The Brandy Boys popping out a lot of fruit. There's like 4 or 5 of them on there, big ones. So that's cool. Seems to be doing better than the one that it's competing with, which is the Chef's Choice Pink. That one's not really popping fruit as quickly. So they're very small still on there. And then we got, let's see. Yeah, the 2 bread and salt plants. These are cool because they're Oxheart variety. So you can see the shape of the fruit has a little point at the bottom. Whoa, that's a big boy right there. And yeah, there's another one. A little point at the bottom. These are going to be big slicer tomatoes, but they're going to be pointy, which is interesting. Should be really fleshy. And then, yeah, Chef's Choice Pink, a little bit farther behind than the Brandy Boy. The Caspian Pinks are the ones that got hit by this leaf curl the worst. I'm not sure if it was the spray I was using, so I've adjusted my spray in the meantime. And then we'll see what happens, just kind of see how they bounce back. But the same thing goes for these. The new leaves don't seem to be having much leaf curl. But I did notice some damage on the newest leaves after I sprayed my 3 sprays in one. So I think that it was some damage that might have been caused by toxicity, and the fact that it's not there now leads me to believe I need to adjust my spraying. So we've got Chef's Choice Orange here, a little bit farther along than the Chef's Choice Pink. We got Gold Medals popping off. Still pretty short, but it's okay. And then the Virginia Sweets. This is my shortest tomato. I don't know, something dug up the roots or something at some point, but this one's doing better. It's got some flowers going. Green Giant's putting on a ton of fruit, so that's cool. Lots of cluster happening. Green Giant number 2, putting on some flowers, looking good. This is Bloody Butcher. These are going to be about 1.5 to 2 inch diameter tomatoes. So there's a bunch of them on there. Here's truss number 2. And then look at this. This thing looks like Berry's Crazy Cherry. But these are all gonna be 1.5 to 2 inch tomatoes. That's insane. That's a lot. Much like the Black Cherry also popping off. Tons of tomatoes on those. There's Black Cherry as well. The Blush also doing similar clustering. And if you notice, the first fruit that's set there is coming along pretty nice. Honey Drops coming along pretty nicely as well. You can see them all. So that's cool. Sun Gold's over here, doing well. Get our little flickeries going. This one's kind of hiding underneath there, putting on some tomatoes. Nice long clusters. I got big hands. It's probably a 15-inch long cluster of tomatoes. So, Sun Peach doing the same thing. It's also starting to cluster out in the newest branches. Sweet 100, putting on some fruit. Doing well. And we'll climb over here. Check out pole bean. Climbing up the pole. It's gonna be going up here. Watermelon I just strapped up like 2 days ago. Already is put on, I mean, how much is this? It's over the top of the hook now. So now I have to lower this down by removing a coil of string off of here. And then I gotta bring the whole plant down and then coil this plant on the ground. So it's growing really fast. You can see how quickly it's gone, just a couple days. See that? That squash, I just popped up a couple days ago. So everything's blasting. Here's a really good example of the variegated white leaf pattern on the honey nut squash leaves. You can see that. Whereas here's a cucumber leaf. For comparison, you know, just green. He's got a little pattern to him. A little bit of white pattern, little modeling along the veins. So, looks cool. Because it is cool. But you can see the flowers here popping out some little babies, little baby squashes, little baby watermelons. Little hairy watermelon baby. That's what they called me back in the day. So we got unagi cucumbers here. If you notice, there's about, on average, an cucumber per node. Cucumber, 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 cucumber. Same with the rest of the plants over here. Yeah, this one's a little farther along. So cucumber, cucumber, you know, about one per node. We're gonna hop over to the mojitos. These are supposed to be higher productivity. These are looking like 2 cucumbers per node. So we got 2, but look how close the nodes are together. So in this little spot, 4 cucumbers already. Next little spot, 2. Next little spot, 2. Next little spot, 3 on one node. Then 2. And then 3. Oh no, 3 on this one. So this is going to be a lot of cucumbers if I can keep them alive. So fingers crossed we keep things going in that regard. Stay on top of the clay spray. Here are the Tempest and Sophie. I got the Tempest summer squash, looking nice and lush now. Got leaf hoppers popping off everywhere because there's clay deficiencies. But yeah, you can see these are little yellow guys, and they express a lot of yellow genes because they have some yellow striping. So I've heard that the plant can express yellow in various places, like on the leaves. So I'm wondering if that's why we've got some spots, or this could be some disease. We're gonna have to keep an eye on it. But most leaves have these kind of spots, the older leaves, but not all of them. But I'm just like noticing some of the spots around. So it could be some sort of disease popping off, but we'll see. The zucchini, looking large and in charge. Getting the cool true leaves now popping off. Nice and big. The flowers and the fruit. This one's about ready to harvest, like another day or two. And then we'll have a couple more days to get those two. And then over here, same deal. There's 3 more going. A few more going over here. So, and then If you notice, I popped up 3 more rows of trellising, including this caged area right here that I'm going to put some wire around, and I'm going to bunch this raspberry bush up, and I'm going to be binding it to the wiring. But you can see how we're doing raspberry wise, so check it. Let's do a little raspberry pluckage, a little picking some berries. Ooh. Actually, let's do this. No, that one's not ripe. I saw that one earlier. I went to pick it, and then it didn't come off. And then I saw it again, and I was like, ooh, it's a berry. Wait. I got another one there. Yo, let's go. We're raspberrying now. These are meeker raspberries, so we'll have to give them a little rinse. And we're gonna have to do the same thing eventually when I go over to the peas, because there's a whole bunch that are the right thickness now. So we'll be picking some of these as well. So peas and raspberries. And we need to pick the beans too, because they're all popping off down there as well. Look how big they're getting. So we gotta cook all these. So it's time. The garden is happening. All right, y'all. We're gonna go. We'll catch you on the next one. Is that a cool hoverfly? I can't tell. All right, bye, y'all.